graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, Kahok.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Alton High School here in the bustling town of Alton, Illinois, as we get you set for some high school boys basketball action as your Collinsville Kahawks make the road trip north and take on the Alton Redbirds. I am Todd Duke. Chris Kettler will be along in just a little while as we welcome you in to the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. They are located at 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. You can give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Kahawks come into this contest with an overall record of 8-1. They are 2-1 in conference play. Alton, they are 3-2 and are 1-1 in conference play. They have not played as many games because, if you folks may remember, the brawl that happened during the Thanksgiving tournament they held here back in November resulted in the rest of that tournament being canceled, and so they lost a few of the games that they would have played. Matter of fact, this is their first game back on their home court since that big brawl with Riverview Gardens, and that, as a result, also got Riverview Gardens knocked out of the upcoming Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament coming up here in the next couple of weeks at Collinsville High School. So we are here. Chris Kettler is here. My name is Todd Duke. I am here, and we will start off by telling you that we have seemed to have entered a dead zone as far as my scoreboard is concerned. The last time I was here was for volleyball, and if you remember, for those of you that maybe watch volleyball and boys basketball, my screen or my scoreboard froze. I couldn't use it, and I couldn't take it off the screen. Well, what do you know? We're back here a couple of months later, and the exact same thing is happening. My scoreboard is frozen. I can't use it, and I can't get it off the screen, so you're just going to have to bear with us, and we'll give you the scores and the time left and all that good stuff as we move along here. As I mentioned, Collinsville 8-1 coming into this game. Alton 3-2. Collinsville coached by Darren Lee in his 10th year. Alton is coached by Scott Harper. He is in his first year. He replaces Eric Smith. Smith coached the Redbirds for 6 seasons and went 110 and 65 along the way and was a 2-time regional champion. You know, that's what I thought too. I thought that I emailed Eric Smith, but for some reason or another, they had Scott Harper listed down as their basketball coach, so I don't know. So I'm going to go back with Eric Smith. I don't really know, man.
I believe it is Smith that is down there. So
yeah.
Who said Harper was coach?
Man, I have no idea. I
don't
got
know who
that.
that is.
I got that off of I usually get all this information off the IHSA, so I don't know. But anyway, my mistake. So Eric Smith remains the head coach, and he has been here for enough time, 6 seasons, 110 wins, 65 losses, 2 regional championships. Those both came back-to-back in the 14-15 and the 15-16 season. So last time we were here for basketball, Collinsville played a really good game up until the last quarter, and then Alton battled back, tied it, took it to overtime, and won it.
Yeah, actually it was Kahoks at the end that tied it at the buzzer beater, or 3 at the buzzer by Marshall Harrison, and then it was all Alton there to take it home there in overtime. But other than that, yeah, the Kahoks did cough up the lead, but we're fortunate to get to overtime. Hard-fought games with Alton seems to happen all the time.
And you remember much more about these games than I do, man. Kudos to you and your brain cells.
Sometimes they click, and
sometimes they don't.
Sometimes
all
they
right,
don't.
well, you know that Coach Lee remembers that, and we had a chance to catch up with Collinsville's head coach just a little while ago. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. It's Friday night. That means it's basketball if we're talking about December. And we have arrived in Alton as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Alton Redbirds in a Southwestern Conference game. And joining us now is Collinsville head coach Darren Lee. Coach, let's go back to the Edwardsville game. Wasn't a beautiful game from an offensive standpoint, but you only allowed Edwardsville 31 points, 5 points in the first quarter, 5 points in the fourth quarter, and just barely over double digits in between that. So great defensive game by your team.
Yeah, it was. We guarded them pretty well. We didn't give them much. We thought we could have held them to a little less, but we didn't. There's a few things we gave up. But yeah, we did some things well.
From an offensive standpoint, 51 points, kind of the low water mark this year as far as games are concerned. Any concerns there, or you just took what Edwardsville gave you?
Well, no, because there wasn't very many possessions. I mean, points per possession were about the same as most of the other games. So no, not at all.
You are averaging about 65 points a game. You happy with that total so far?
How much?
65?
Yeah, that's a lot. So, yeah, that's pretty good.
Giving up just a little bit under 45. So, again, talk about your defense.
Well, our defense has been better this year. Obviously we had trouble guarding, a superstar like Hargrove, and we'll have some guys tonight that we'll have to keep in front of us and get stopped, and they'll be difficult. So what we need to work on is slowing down. You're not going to stop great players, but at least take things away and slow them down a little bit. So that's something that, defensively that we just need to continue to work on, and that's hard to do.
Talk to me a little bit about Zane Baker. We talked about him a little bit in the very first game we did about maybe taking a little bit of the leadership role left behind by Braden Limp, him and Marshall Harrison. But tell me about Baker's progression in that aspect.
Well, he's done a nice job. He's a hard worker. He really understands what we're trying to do offensively and defensively, especially defensively from a help situation. Very smart player. And we really need him to, basketball-wise, that's when he's wide open, because sometimes they'll help on Rayshawn and Marshall and give him some open threes. So we need him to knock those down as well.
Hey, as we are doing this interview, the JV game's going on right now. You guys got Moulton out on the floor, Harrison out on the floor. Important to you to get them some JV minutes just to get them some more playing time?
Williams,
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I talked to him a little bit. Aaron only played like 10 minutes against Edwardsville because they are all guards, and we're just trying to get the guys some more playing time. Just make sure they get some minutes to play. And I don't know how much more he'll play in this game, but we're going to use them again both tonight, and we need them. We need them to help us varsity. So just sometimes getting some more minutes on the floor, getting some free throws, getting some shots up, just helps your game overall.
As far as Southwestern Conference matchups go, you beat Edwardsville for the first time in 3 years, and discounting tournament play, as far as head-to-head Southwestern Conference matches go, it's been a little bit longer since you've beaten this Alton team. So I'm getting the feeling this year that you're going to knock off some of these teams that we haven't in a while.
Yeah, well, I hope so. We had them last year a couple times. They were fortunate to beat us, but they did. Here in the overtime and so forth. So, it's not like they haven't been close games, but we didn't get it done last year. So hopefully this year we will.
All right, so what are you looking for out of your team here tonight?
Well, we need to contain 11 and 13 and get them stopped offensively, and then get their offense stopped. And on our offense, take care of not turn the basketball over. I think we can go in the post a little bit here and there, just a little more than we have. Hopefully we can get some buckets in there, along with the same buckets we've been getting all year. And we got to take away their transition baskets, make sure they don't get those.
You have had a week off since your last game, so tell us a little bit about not only how the practices have been, but what the focus was on this whole week.
Well, we worked on some things, some into-the-game things. We worked on our zone a little bit in case we have to use that. We haven't practiced that a lot. We worked on our delay game, spreading the floor at the end of the games. So we worked on some situational things, different, and just anything that can come up. So we use a lot of that time for things like that, and hopefully, and then we tried to fine-tune some of our offensive plays. And, we'll try to see if we can run a few of those tonight and get some baskets.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
As head coach Darren Lee of your Collinsville Kahawks. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we will have starting rosters for you and more names and numbers, all that and more coming up on the Kahawks Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And once again, we welcome you back to Alton High School. Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you as we get you ready for this battle between Collinsville and Alton. We can tell you that the JV game was a thriller. Went right down to the wire. Collinsville lost that contest by a score of 39-38. Chris Kettler is the scorekeeper for the JV team, and had to feel a little bit there for Laurent Gelladini, man. That ball went off his shoe, and Alton got it back, hit a big three-pointer, took that 1-point lead, and then Chris Chai comes down and can't get that layup to drop in. It rims out and game over.
Great defensive effort by the team over there in the second half. Dalton didn't make a lot of shots there, and it made it real tough for them. Kahoks made it real tough on Alton there, fouling him, and Alton couldn't make the foul shots either. And then just a lot of stuff to cough it up there. Yeah, Geladini, late turnover, and then Chris Chai drives to the basket and just rims out.
Yeah, bounced off that rim like, what, 4 times?
Yeah, and since it did that so many times, there wasn't enough time for a rebound and a putback. Too late.
Yeah. All right, we are going to take our final break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, starting rosters and more on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
I'm a hot babe out jogging. I'm out making sure this stays a 10 when you drive by. You're checking out my awesome headband when... Oops. That's when you find out your cut rate insurance, it ain't paying for this. So get Allstate. Save cash and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Once again, we welcome you back to Alton High School. The host Redbirds getting ready to take on your Collinsville Kahawks. Here's a look at your starting rosters for tonight for the Alton Redbirds. Maury Woods, he is a 6'4 junior. Andrew Jones, a 5'10 junior. Donovan Clay, the 6'7 senior. Malik Smith, the 6'3 senior. And Iziel Terrell, a 6'3 senior. So a little bit of height here with the Alton Redbirds. And a little bit of experience with those 3 seniors, Clay, Smith, and Terrell. I remember those names from last year, and I also remember Maury Woods from last year as a sophomore. So this is almost virtually the same team that Collinsville met last year. For your Kahawks, Zane Baker, the 5'11 senior. Kawan Smith, the 5'9 junior. Rayshawn Taylor, the 6'1 junior. Marshall Harrison, the 6'3 senior. And Kadrian Jones, the 6'6 junior. How about some history? Sure, why not? Boys basketball, they've been doing that here at Alton High School since 1904. No state championships. They have qualified for state 3 times since 1904, but unable to get out of the top 8 in all 3 of those appearances. Their most recent one was in 2001 when they went 26-8. That was under Mike Bray. They have won 20 regional championships in the history of this program as far as basketball is concerned. Won 4 sectional championships and 1 super sectional championships. They've been playing basketball here for 113 years, 1,463 wins, 1,212 losses, and that is a winning percentage of over 500, right at about 55%. Collinsville, just in comparison, they've been playing basketball for 110 years and have 2,087 victories to 869 losses, and that's a winning percentage of right at 71%. Collinsville, of course, coming off a big win over Edwardsville in their last game, 51-31. That was on the heels of that 3-point loss at the end of the East St. Louis game, so it was nice to see Collinsville kind of forget about that game for a minute against East St. Louis, and they did something they haven't done in almost 4 years, and that was beat Edwardsville.
Yeah, great to beat Edwardsville there at home. Edwardsville play some tough defense. You see they turned the same thing just a couple days ago in Belleville West, holding Liddell for not a lot of points, and so they're a tough team to play, and if they find their scoring touch, Edwardsville's going to be much harder the next time around when we got to go there, but we're glad the Kahoks were able to get that win.
And, of course, everybody has got another focus tonight. That would be the East St. Louis Belleville West matchup. If I wasn't here, I'd probably be there.
Yeah, me too. I like to check out the games. That's going to be a packed house there at East St. Louis. Fun game to watch. Liddell going to East St. Louis. And again, Hargrove, East St. Louis player, very good.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun matchup. Of course, we'll try to get the score on that one during the Cafe Agape halftime show here in this contest. All right, a little bit more history. How about head-to-head matchups between these two teams? And right now I'm just going to deal with Southwestern Conference games. I'm not looking at any time that these two teams have met in any tournaments, because that doesn't count in Southwestern Conference standings or anything like that. So over the last 19 years, Collinsville, 17 wins and 27 losses against Alton. That is a 15-23 record in the regular season and 2-4 in the playoffs. Coach Lee, this is his 10th year at the helm of Collinsville, and in that time, he is 6-12 in the regular season against Alton and 1-2 in the playoffs for a 7-14 overall record. Now, the 6 wins for Coach Lee against Alton. In his first year as head coach, he won both the home and away, did the same thing in the second year and the same thing in the third year. Collinsville has not beaten Alton in a regular Southwestern Conference matchup in 6 years. Matter of fact, the last one was in December of 2012. It was at Alton High School, and it was a big win for Collinsville. 60-37 was the margin of victory in that one, and since then, we haven't really been close except for last year.
Yeah, last year, taking them to overtime. It was the closest Kahoks were able to get a conference win over Alton.
Yeah, they lost both games to Alton last year. 81-75 here. That's the overtime game that we're referring to. Rayshawn Taylor had 31 points in that game, and then they lost at Collinsville High School too, 68-60. Taylor had 25 points in that game. Marshall Harrison had 14 points and 10 rebounds. So good showings by both games last year for Collinsville, but this came out on the losing end both times.
Yeah, two evenly matched teams. Both were fairly young and bringing back the same amount of players, so we could see the same thing here tonight.
Now, these two teams last met in the playoffs in March of 2015, if you remember that. They lost the sectional opener to Alton, 67-58 at Belleville East. That was right after the big regional championship win over East St. Louis in the Belleville West regionals, and I think at that point, maybe they just got so much out of that East St. Louis win that they just didn't have anything left when it came time to play in Alton in that sectional opener.
Yeah, it was a very tough Alton team too, but yeah, the Kahoks, you maybe used all their magic to get past O'Fallon and Belleville West in the regional.
Well, we told you that Coach Lee had a 1-2 mark in the playoffs against this Alton team, and the last win for Collinsville in the playoffs against Alton was Coach Lee's first year. That was a 49-43 win in the regional semifinals. They then lost the next night to Edwardsville in the regional championship game. So now you are all caught up as far as the history goes between these two teams, these two schools, and yes, they will meet again on February the 8th at Collinsville High School. These two teams will battle it out once again. As far as Collinsville is concerned, they have this game against Alton tonight, and then they play tomorrow against Triad. We have a game next week against Springfield 1 week from tonight, and then that'll be it until the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament.
Right, so quite a few games coming up outside of conference play. Triad played for the last few years. Springfield's a new game, and then opened up the tournament with Chicago Hansberry, 27th.
As far as Alton is concerned, they also have a game tomorrow afternoon. They are playing Jennings at Webster Groves at 2:30 in the afternoon. Collinsville's game tomorrow night against Triad, by the way. We were not carrying that game because I'm working at Olive Garden, and that's a 7:30 game. And I'm still dealing with a broke down car too. Isn't that fun? I have bowling on the schedule on Monday, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to cover that one because I'm not sure if I'm going to have my car back in time for that. So I've already talked to Coach Hay, and we are Going to look at the schedule and see if I can throw a makeup match on there at any point during the season. Still kind of holding out hope, but I'm really not sure if things are going to be ready by that time. It is what it is. All right, let's take a look at some of the numbers. Rayshawn Taylor, he is the leading scorer for the Kahawks, 192 points on the year. He is averaging 21.3 points per game. He has hit 19 of 49 three-point shots. That's good for 38.8%. And at the free throw line, 33 of 53 for 62.3%. Marshall Harrison, the only other player averaging double-digit figures. He has scored 132 points on the year, and he is averaging 14.7 points per game. Leading rebounder for Collinsville is Kadrian Jones. He has 55 rebounds on the year, and he is averaging a little over 6 per game. And Rayshawn Taylor, he's averaging almost 6 rebounds per game. So the rebounding effort is quite nice. And there, as a matter of fact, for the team, Collinsville is rebounding at about 32 rebounds per game. So that number there is not too bad.
Something you're going to need. You want to limit these second chances for this Alton team and be able to capitalize on the offensive end. Second chances for the Kahoks offensive rebounding.
Marshall Harrison and Donovan Clay with the tip-off, won by Clay. We're underway. And again, I'll really remind everyone before we get going that the scoreboard does not work. It is frozen. I can't change anything, and I can't get rid of it either, else I would take it off the screen so you wouldn't have to look at it. Here are the Alton Redbirds, their first crack on offense. Here is Malik Smith trying with a little alley-oop to Clay. Couldn't get it going, and he travels right after he picked up that rebound. So a rebound and a turnover right off the bat for the Alton Redbirds, and Collinsville now will have a chance to put numbers on the scoreboard first. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith dribbles it up the right side, cuts in the paint, stops at the free throw line, bounces it to Zane Baker just inside the perimeter in the far side corner. Now back out to Kawan Smith, over to Marshall Harrison on the right wing. He's in the paint, he takes the shot, he can't get it to go, and the rebound belongs to Malik Smith for the Alton Redbirds. Redbirds bring it up quickly. Here are the Redbirds flying through the lane, and that was a nice try by Malik Smith, but it did not pay off. Here is Rayshawn Taylor, and he gets the first points of the game.
Good challenge there on the defensive end. Marshall Harrison create that transition. The Kahoks go down and cause another turnover here.
Yes, they do. Here comes Rayshawn through the lane again, and he is fouled. He will head to the free throw line and see if he can add on to that 62.3% free throw shooting. We're just underway, 1 minute, 4 seconds in to this first quarter. Nice crowd on hand here at Alton. First game they've had since the big brawl over the Thanksgiving tournament week. So these folks have been anxious to see their basketball team on their own floor. Taylor hits the first one. Collinsville up now 3-0. And he is ready for another. Second one does not fall in. Rebound belongs to Andrew Jones for Alton. And he gives it up to Clay, back out to the top of the key, and the round the horn we go. Ends up into the hands of Clay once again. Now Clay has it after Smith. Here's a three-point shot by Clay. No good. Kadrian Jones gets a big rebound there on a three-point shot by Alton. So right now, stays 3-0 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Zane Baker with a shot from the corner. That one falls in.
Now last time Zane Baker didn't pull the trigger on that shot. This time he takes it and knocks it down from the outside.
Here comes Smith. Gives it up now for Jones. Jones gives it back up to Smith. Top of the key now for Clay. Clay loses the handle on the ball. It's picked up by Zane Baker. And a nice job by Baker to not travel after he got bumped by somebody and had to stay with that pivot foot stuck to the floor. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith on the right wing, moves it to the top of the key. Reverses direction, gives it up to Baker, who gives it up to Taylor. Taylor bluffs a three-point shot, then gets tripped up, gives to Kawan Smith. He throws up a three. That's no good. And the rebound belongs to Donovan Clay. And then on the transition, we have a foul called against Kadrian Jones.
KJ was going to get beat up at court there anyway and lays too much into Clay. Kahoks not winning the rebounding battle yet, but Alton hasn't even been able to score just yet.
1-1. That's the foul mark. Each team with all 5 of their timeouts, of course, here early on in the first. And Alton with the ball. Here is Maury Woods. Woods from the left wing. Picks up his dribble and shoots it around to the top of the key. That is Isiel Terrell. He gives it up now for Clay. Back over to Woods, who gives it up for Smith. Smith drives baseline. Jones blocks it out. Blocked off that lane and did a nice job, did KJ, of cutting off that lane for Clay and knocking that ball out of bounds. Clay inbounds again. Gets the ball right back, and then a turnover.
Yeah, Malik Smith coming inbounds, hadn't set himself inbounds yet, and gets called to be out of bounds.
Fourth turnover for Alton here in the early going. Alton is out rebounding Collinsville 3-2. Collinsville's up 5-0. Here is Taylor. That ball gets knocked out of him. That's the first Collinsville turnover. And here is Clay, and he steps out of bounds again.
Time just not knowing where you are on the court. Going up the sideline. Back-to-back turnovers for him.
5-0 in favor of Collinsville. 5:05 left to play here in this opening quarter. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith gives it up to Baker. Baker on the right wing, now inside the perimeter to Marshall Harrison. Makes a couple of moves and a little floater off his fingertips. Falls in for two. Collinsville up 7-0. And looks like Alton's going to get on the board with a little give and go. And Terrell was just underneath the board off the glass for two. And the Alton Redbirds take about 2 minutes and 15 seconds to score their first point here in this game. Here is Smith. He gives to Marshall Harrison on the right wing. Now up underneath to KJ. And he gets fouled as he goes up. And he will head to the free throw line for two. And that foul is going to go against Maury Woods.
He's going to be in a tough position to get the shot up was Jones, but gets bailed out there. And will go to the line. Woods with the foul.
Kadrian Jones, 62.5% from the free throw line this year. First one, too short. Aaron Moulton played in the junior varsity game, in case you didn't hear myself and Coach Lee talk about him. So he will see some action later.
He actually started the Edwardsville game, but once he sat down, didn't really find his way back onto the floor much.
Yeah, KJ misses both free throws there. Rebound by Alton, and into the corner it goes, and that is Kylon Rivers. And Rivers, his shot doesn't make the mark. Rebound was fought for, won by Alton, stuffed underneath the basket by Marshall Harrison. Still no good. Back up, and this time it goes in for Donovan Clay after about 3 rebounds there by Alton.
Clay had the better height up underneath there, and he used it to get those rebounds and finally finished it off.
7-4 in favor of Collinsville. Here's Marshall Harrison. He hands the ball off to Smith. Back outside to Marshall. Harrison has the ball on the left wing, far side of the court, gives it up to Baker. Now to Rayshawn Taylor here on the right wing on the near side. Back out front, and then over on the far side into the corner. Here comes Marshall Harrison. Kicks it outside, and he gets called for a charging foul.
The right idea to kick it out, just didn't control himself while he still drove in. Alton ball inbound underneath after some substitutions.
So 2 fouls for each team. I'll tell you about the substitutions as we go along here. Inbound pass comes all the way to midcourt. That is Gary, Jamarcus Gary. He gives it up to Clay, and Clay gets a little driving shot from outside the lane, and all of a sudden, Alton's the team on the roll. Collinsville had the first 7 points. Alton gets the next 6.
Quick bucket here at the other end. The Kahoks got up real quickly there, and Rayshawn Taylor lays one in and draws a foul.
9-6 in favor of Collinsville now, so they break that 6-0 run by Alton. 3:28 left to play here in this first quarter. Rayshawn Taylor back to the free throw line. He is already 1 for 2 from there tonight. Ball on the way, and rims all the way out around the rim in about 0.8 seconds. Rebound, of course, belongs to Alton, but so does the turnover. That's their 6th. Up to KJ, to Smith. He'll pop it from about 10 feet out, can't get it to go. Kadrian Jones with the rebound, going back up, can't get it to go in, and then the ball ends up being knocked out of bounds accidentally by Rayshawn Taylor, and Collinsville will turn the ball over for the second time.
Taylor did a good job of crashing the boards. Jones will get a break, and the first sub will be Dante Williams.
Dante Williams seeing some JV time as well. And now Alton looking to continue their hot streak that they had. They had a 6-0 run. That was stopped by Rayshawn Taylor, as now the Alton Redbirds play a little catch and go. Outside the perimeter, here's Clay with a three-point shot that's good, and we're tied.
Bang underneath and get the boards for Clay, and this time he steps outside and drills a three.
9-9. 2:35 left to play here in this first quarter. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor over to Smith. Back to Taylor, onto the wing for Zane Baker. Back over to Smith, now onto the far side wing. And now back to Taylor. A little head fake on the three-point shot, but here comes one from Harrison. It's a little short, rolls over the rim and kicked back outside by Williams. Another three-point shot by Zane Baker doesn't fall, and the rebound belongs to the Alton Redbirds. They bring it up looking to take their first lead, and a whistle during the shot will send a Redbird to the free throw line, and that may be where they take their lead from. They'll call that one on Zane Baker. That'll be his first, team third. To the free throw line, it will be Andrew Jones. I don't have a lot of stats for Alton. Matter of fact, their stats only have 2 games when they've already played 5. So according to my stats, Andrew Jones is 0 for 3 from the free throw line, and if that's true, now he's 0 for 4. And make it 0 for 5. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Well, that helps. Missed 2 freebies with a chance to take their first lead. Couldn't get it done. Here is Kawan Smith for Collinsville. Gives it up to Zane Baker. Back to Smith, top of the key. Smith dribbles toward the left wing, bounces a pass to Marshall Harrison. Harrison in front of the Alton bench, gives it back to Zane Baker, who gives it up to Kawan Smith. Baker, Harrison, Baker, Harrison. Back to Zane Baker. Minute 35 left to play here in this opening quarter. Here is Rayshawn Taylor with a head fake on another three-pointer. Backs it up, gives it up. Zane Baker back to Kawan Smith, top of the key. What are we playing, some Waldo ball here?
Very patient possession.
Very. Oh, what
Now
a nice bounce inside, but too hard off of the glass for Dante Williams, but then he gets an elbow to the rib cage right after that, and he will head to the free throw line. That one's going to go against Andrew Jones. That'll be his first, team third. To the free throw line, Dante Williams. 3 of 8 so far this year from the charity stripe. There you go.
He really struggled from the JV game. Something like 1 of 7, but he drills that one.
That was the JV game was just practice. Collinsville back out front by 1, 10-9. Here's the next one, and Dante Williams makes the best of it on the varsity side and gives his team back a 2-point lead. Collinsville led by 7 earlier when it was 7-0. Alton scored back, got to within 6, or got it to 6. And a 1-point lead for Collinsville. Then we were tied at 9. Now it's 11-9. Redbirds with the ball, 3-point shot on the way. That one misses the mark, and then the putback is good by who? Okay, I got you. Malik Smith.
Yeah, he got the board. It went right to him. No one even got a hand on it there for the Kahoks. An easy putback.
11-11 our score. We're under a minute to go, 35 seconds to be exact. Here is Rayshawn Taylor to Zane Baker. Back to Taylor, now over on the far side wing for Kawan Smith. Here's Taylor, 3-point shot, too strong. Rebound, tipped around for a while, brought down by Clay. Alton right now out rebounding Collinsville, 11-5. 15 seconds, a steal by Kawan Smith. He turns, shoots, can't get it to go in, but the tip in is good by Dante Williams. There's Alton trying to get one at the buzzer, and it's good.
Just ahead of the buzzer will give Alton their first lead so far in the game. They'll lead after 1 quarter.
14-13 after the buzzer beater by Jamarcus Gary at the end of 1 quarter. We're back with quarter number 2 in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back here at Alton High School, boy, I tell you what, this is a very loud place. Right now they are recognizing the girls' middle school team who just won a state championship. And let me tell you what, they got one of the biggest standing ovations at a high school gymnasium that I've ever seen. And that was loud. I took my headphones off and I was like, whoa. All right, 14-13 after one. Alton leads by one. Here are the Kahawks and Kawan Smith. He gives it up now for Taylor. Oh, a little alley-oop action, and not so much on the oop, but Marshall Harrison banks it off the glass for two. Collinsville back out in front, 15-14. The answer doesn't fall in for the Alton Redbirds. Kahawks come down after the rebound. Here is a Zane Baker three-pointer. No good. Rebound comes all the way out. And then Kawan Smith picks it up, a loose ball up underneath the basket. Taylor off the glass for two.
Baker should have just laid it in first, but he gave it in to Taylor, and Taylor really had to fight just to get that up, and the Kahawks have 4 quick points and lead back.
17-14, three-point lead by Collinsville. We're just underway here in the second quarter. Back out front it goes, now out to Clay. He's already hit a three, and he hits another one. That ties the game at 17. We got to find a way to cut that man off from hitting those three-point shots. Here is Taylor over to Kawan Smith. Smith back to Taylor, who's in front of the Alton bench at the baseline. Back out front from Harrison to Taylor. A one-arm shovel pass to Kawan Smith, and then Taylor gets it back. Here is Baker, Smith, Taylor. Baker on the wing, now bounced into the corner for Marshall Harrison. Harrison looking for KJ underneath, and the ball never made it to him because he was fouled in the process. Malik Smith will pick up his first foul. That is the team's 5th. And put back try after the inbound pass, no good. But the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Three-point shot won't fall. And a whistle on the play right afterwards.
Jones with the shove underneath after the shot went off. Collins still hasn't been able to knock down any threes, really, have they?
No, not at all. They are 0 for 5.
0 for 5. Alton has great equalizer there. They have about 3 of them so far tonight.
17-17 our score. 6:20 left to play here in this first half. Here is Clay. Clay has been the one hurting us so far tonight, and now we have a travel. That is the only thing helping us right now. That's the 8th turnover for Alton here in this first half.
A lot of wasted possessions for Alton, turn the ball over.
Inbound pass comes in, and it's Kawan Smith bringing it across the timeline with 6:10 left to play here in this first half. Here is Taylor out to Zane Baker, onto the wing for Smith. Back out front to Baker, and Taylor almost had that ball picked off by the opposing number 13, Malik Smith. There is Kawan Smith. He'll dribble his way to the right wing and then pass out to the stripe for Taylor. Cross-court pass from Baker. Now Taylor. Oh, what a nice play that was. Well, I tell you what, we got some pretty pass plays going on here. We just can't finish. Nice touches there by Collinsville, but the end result needs to be some points. Here is another turnover by the Alton Redbirds.
Or if not some points, some offensive rebounds to set it back up.
Oh, big three-point shot there for Rayshawn Taylor. First three-pointer hit tonight by Collinsville, and the Kahawks back out front by 3, 20-17. Here is Malik Smith. Bluffs the three, throws it up into the corner now for Gary. And that ball almost went out of bounds. Now it does. And another turnover for Alton. They're coming in bunches now. That's the 10th Redbird turnover here. And we still have 5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Collinsville has taken advantage of some of the turnovers. I'm sure they would like to take advantage of some more. Here's Marshall Harrison. He's got it on the right wing. Now at the free throw line. Baker tried the give and go no-look pass to Taylor, and luckily Taylor tracked it down before it went out of bounds to turn into a Kahok turnover. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Gives it up to Kawan Smith. Smith drives, shoots, got it!
Not going to count on that one there. Referee calls him for the charge. Ball did fall in, but that's not going to count.
His first foul. I don't know, man. I didn't really see a charge. I saw a guy dribbling the ball and going into the lane and putting a little fingertip underhand layup up. I'm not wearing black and white stripes for a reason, folks. Here's Donovan Clay in the perimeter. Underneath the basket, foul. And heading to the free throw line is going to be Iziel Terrell.
Seemed like Terrell just tried to break past Taylor there, and he went into Dante Williams, but slapped the foul on Williams. Much more he could do up and down.
First foul for Williams, 16 fouls now for Collinsville, 5 for Alton. At the free throw line, Terrell misses the first one. Seems like if Alton would hit more of their free throws, they might actually be the ones in the lead here. I'm guessing that's, I don't know, what's up with all the tuxedos? The nice red ties down at the end of the Alton bench.
Trying to be dapper.
I guess.
Showing off some style.
Dapper Dan's. Is that, do they not have a freshman game here?
We're playing Alton and freshmen tomorrow.
Okay. They don't have another gym here, do they?
No, for girls they close them stands
right
in front of us here, and then they bring that curtain down and play that with girls. But
yeah, I remember when they did that for volleyball too. They had the varsity game going on here while the freshmen were playing over on the other side of the screen. So I was just wondering.
Yeah, freshmen, sophomores play tomorrow morning at Collinsville.
Okay. 20-18 here. 2-point lead belongs to the Kahawks. 3:50 left to play here in this first half. Here is Kawan Smith. He gives it up to Marshall Harrison. Harrison just inside the perimeter. Now at the free throw line. Gets bumped by Clay. No call. And now Harrison backs it up toward the midcourt stripe and gives it up to Kawan Smith. Smith runs the play. Gives it up to Harrison. Harrison picks up his dribble. Nowhere to move. Gives it to Dante Williams. Oh, what a nice power move through the paint. And a little bit of a hook shot there by Williams, and he now has 6 points off the bench.
And he's able to go to his left and lay that in with the left hand. I think the defender thought he would do that.
Alton brings the ball back up, and that's a travel. It's got to be a travel. No? Yeah, I thought that kid, took 5 steps.
Getting Rayshawn on the foul before, and now this will be the bonus. Send Alton to the line where they have struggled so far.
That they have. 17 foul for the Collinsville Kahawks, 16 fouls for the Redbirds, and 1 for 4 from the free throw line are the Redbirds collectively here today. That one is good for Malik Smith. And the Redbirds are back to within 3, 22-19. December of 2012, the last time Collinsville won on this floor. Next shot missed. Collinsville picked up the rebound. They're starting to close that gap just a little bit. Alton out rebounding Kahawks, 12-8 right now. Here is Harrison to Williams to Smith. Smith gives it up to Taylor. And Taylor backs up toward the midcourt stripe. Looking to make his move in the perimeter, and no good. Put back. Oh, what a nice job on the tip in by Marshall Harrison after that went off both sides of the rim before it did finally fall in. And at the other end, we're going to have a 2-pointer and a possible 3-pointer as Rivers hits his shot and then gets fouled.
third time the KS got beat down in transition after a basket. Jones gets the bucket and the
Dante
foul.
Williams gets the foul.
Now we'll see Moulton get in here as Williams now has 2 fouls.
Moulton checks in for the first time here in this game. Saw some JV action in the last game, which Collinsville lost by 1 point, 39-38. Next shot on the way, and that one is good as well. And all of a sudden, the Alton Redbirds are starting to hit some free throws. 2-point game, 24-22. Kahawks have the lead. 2.5 minutes to go here in this first half. There was a foul there that didn't get called. Here is Rayshawn Taylor, 3 points, yes!
So wide open there. Had to take that one and drills it, and what's the whistle?
I don't know. Maybe somebody call a timeout? No. I don't know. Well, boy, I tell you what, Coach Lee is hot under the collar yelling at the referee. I don't really know what the whistle was for.
No one knows what that whistle was.
Yeah, it's a phantom whistle.
Back to action.
Here is Clay. He brings the ball up court and hands the ball off. And here is Maury Woods. Kicks it back outside. Thinking about the 3 was Rivers, but he pulled back. And here is Malik. And Malik Smith hits his first 3-point shot. And again, it's a 2-point game. 27-25 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. We're down to 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Zane Baker back to Rayshawn Taylor. He'll take a 3 from NBA range and hit it.
He's feeling good now. You leave him wide open. He'll drill it from anywhere just about now. Answers right back with the 3.
That is 3 3-pointers in a row by the Collinsville junior Rayshawn Taylor. 30-25, Kahawks back up by 5. Here is Clay. He'll hand the ball off to Woods. Woods drives, shoots, and scores. Woods on the scoreboard for the first time. 3-point game. Kahawks up 30-27, and now we're going to get Malik Smith on a foul as he kind of pushed Rayshawn Taylor from behind. That's going to be the 3rd one on Malik Smith, and he's going to have a seat. Nope, they say it's the 2nd. I had him down for 2 already. Okay. Anyway, Rayshawn Taylor back to the free throw line, 1 of 2 in the first quarter from the charity stripe for Taylor. And he'll remain with only 1. Here's Woods with the ball. Back out front to Clay. Clay, top of the key. Minute 15 left to play here in this first half. Driving, Jones shoots and scores. Alton back to within 1. 30-29. I have a feeling this is going to be like this all night. Here's Kawan Smith at the center court circle with the big angry Redbird affixed to the floor. 45 seconds to play. Collinsville looks like they want to play for the last shot of the quarter. Here is Kawan Smith putting on a dribbling clinic and then gets another charging call. Wow. That's the 2nd charging call against Kawan Smith in this game.
He tried to hold up there. Defender maybe wasn't where he thought he was when he pulled up, and costly turnover there, and Alton could now get the last shot.
Well, he tried to split the defense, but the problem was they were standing like joined at the hip, the defense was, so he had to bust through him, and that's a charging call. So now the Alton Redbirds with a chance to play for the final shot. Here is Donovan Clay. 23 seconds left to play here in this first half. Over on the far side in front of the scorer's table for Andrew Jones. Back to Clay. We're down to 15 seconds. Clay directs traffic. Dribbles and moves into the perimeter. Now back out. 3-point shot. No good. Rebound. Put up by, get that out of here, says Marshall Harrison. And the clock stops with 1.1 seconds to play. Big stuff job there by Marshall Harrison.
Still be Alton's ball, and they'll have enough time to set themselves and get this shot.
Yeah, a little quick in-touch shoot. It's about all you have time for. 1.1 on the clock. Inbound pass coming from the corner all the way out to midcourt. And at the buzzer, a shot. Rims out on a shot by Donovan Clay. After 2 quarters in the books, we have a good one, folks. 30-29. The 1-point lead belongs to the Kahawks. Time to move on now to the Cafe Agape halftime show, brought to you by our friends at Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Nachos, burgers, way too many sides to list, and a host of other wonderful menu items to choose from. Cafe Agape also offers catering service as well as delivery of some of the best homemade food in the area. Call Cafe Agape today at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. We'll scour the internets and see if we can find some scores, especially of that Belleville West East St. Louis game. And we'll pass anything along we can find to you next on the Kahok Sports Network. Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com. And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape halftime show here at Alton High School. Some halftime scores to pass along to you in the big matchup of the night, East St. Louis and Belleville West. After one quarter of play, those two teams tied 12-12. That's the score that we have in the second quarter right now anyway. At halftime, Granite City over Mater Dei by 1 point, 23-22. And Belleville East over O'Fallon at halftime, 23-20. So there's a lot of close games going on here. What was the other one you had? Granite City and Edwardsville?
Yeah, Granite City 9, Edwardsville 8 after one quarter.
Granite City 9, Edwardsville 8, huh? Wow.
I think we're ahead of everybody else. Everybody else ain't got to halftime yet.
Yeah, and here we are at 30-29 at halftime. So that's the look at the scores that we have for you at halftime. We'll take a little bit of a break here, and we'll crunch the numbers for this game, and we'll come back and give you those right before we begin the third quarter of play here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, weshipstlouis.com or call 346-4884. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Just about ready for second half action here from Alton High School. Let's go ahead and thank Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether you're building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor that you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and they are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Call 618-407-5466 or online at pacedesignconstruct.com. Let's also thank the City of Collinsville. You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on any upcoming events that the city is hosting. And as always, the City of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and they wish all district athletes good luck this sports season. 30-29 is where we stand after one half of play. It was 13-14. Alton had a 1-point lead at the end of one quarter. Collinsville then outscored the Redbirds 17-15 in that second quarter, and thus we swapped 1-point leads, and that's where we stand now at 30-29. Leading scorer in this one is Rayshawn Taylor with 16 points. 9 of those came on 3 3-pointers in a row in that second quarter. And he is the only one for Collinsville in double digits, getting close. Marshall Harrison and Dante Williams off the bench with 6 points, and then Zane Baker has 2 points. Leading scorer for Alton is Donovan Clay with 10. He's the only one in double digits. Malik Smith has 6. 3 points apiece for Rivers, Terrell, and Gary. 2 points apiece for Woods and for Jones. Other numbers we have for you, both teams went 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Collinsville went 3 of 8 from beyond the 3-point stripe, while the Alton Redbirds went 3 of 6. Collinsville only turned the ball over 3 times in that first half compared to Alton's 10, but the rebound battle was won by Alton 12-8. And Chris Keller, other than the rebound battle and the turnovers, everything else is very, very close in numbers.
Well, that's why you have this close game here through the 2 quarters, 1-point game. Like to see the Kahoks get more production out of the big boys, get some points in there, and start evening up this rebound battle. Taylor's taking a bit of it on his own here, pulling up for them long threes. They've gone in. Need some more production from the rebounders and get some points from them also.
In case you just joined us, the scoreboard is not working. It is frozen, and I can't do anything with it. I can't even get rid of it. So it's stuck up there in the corner for this game. And Zach Roseman, aren't you glad you didn't make the trip out here? Because he was going to operate the scoreboard tonight, huh?
It's the Bermuda Triangle for your scoreboard.
It is, man. Yeah, just here in Alton. The only other time it's happened was here, and it was back in October for volleyball. So I don't know if it's just an Alton thing or what's going on. Here are the Alton Redbirds as they open up with possession here in this third quarter, and a big 3-pointer right off the bat by Malik Smith. And just like that, the Alton Redbirds are back out front by 2.
Malik Smith says, I can draw one up from deep.
That he just did.
Drilled it.
Here is Kawan Smith for Collinsville as we have switched ends of the floor. Kahawks in their all-purple uniforms with white numbers on the front. Taylor going to answer. Yes, he does. Rayshawn Taylor answers that 3-pointer. That's 4 3-pointers in a row for Taylor for Collinsville.
Feeling it from 3s. Like to see him knock down the free throws when he gets back to the line later.
Here is Woods. We didn't have any timeouts called in that first half, did we? I was wondering why I haven't read any of my live read commercials. Here's a 3-pointer by Clay. That one's a little short, but the rebound comes all the way back out to midcourt, and no foul called on Taylor as he reached into Jones, much to the chagrin of Mr. Smith, the head coach for the Alton Redbirds, who is not Scott Harper. Scott Harper, by the way, is the baseball coach. I just looked at the wrong one, clicked on the wrong button. Here's a 3-point try, and that one's a little too strong, and the rebound ends up into the hands of Kadrian Jones. And Collinsville will work the ball back up court with 6.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Kahawks up by 1, 33-32. Here is Taylor. That ball knocked out of bounds. Oh! I thought that was off of the hands of Smith, but Smith immediately said it wasn't off of him. So Collinsville knocks that ball out of bounds, commits their 4th turnover. And the Alton Redbirds with another opportunity to take the lead here. Over to Clay, that ball goes. Now to Jones. Jones dribbles away from his own bench, gives it up to Terrell. Now back out to the top of the key for Clay. Clay dribbles, tries to drive, being blocked out by KJ, and then loses control of the ball. 11th turnover for Alton. Here is Rayshawn Taylor with a little floater that won't fall in. The rebound falls right into the hands of the Alton Redbirds, though, and taking it coast to coast and getting fouled in the process is Malik Smith. The ball did not drop, but Smith will head to the free throw line for 2. And that one's going to be on Marshall Harrison. That'll be his second. First foul handed out here in this second half, and to the free throw line, it will be Malik Smith. He went 1 of 2 from the line in the first half. Just 3 seconds past the 6-minute mark, and boy, I tell you what. Well, even both teams went 3 for 7 from the free throw line, but Alton really struggled early and then picked it up a little bit late.
Theme of the night, struggle from the charity stripe.
Smith ready for his next. It is through. We are tied at 33. This is not the first time we've been tied. Probably won't be the last time. Here is Kawan Smith. for Collinsville. On the outside perimeter to Kadrian Jones, back to Smith, top of the key. Inside the perimeter now, a ball that was tipped and then too hard off the glass for Kadrian Jones, and the rebound belongs to Alton. If Collinsville wants a chance to win this game, they're going to have to pick up their rebounds. Here is Malik Smith over to Donovan Clay in front of the well-dressed gentleman at the end of the bench, and up, no good. Rebound is batted around. Clay had his hands on it for a second and then lost it. Collinsville ends up with it. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. 33-33 is our game. Smith offset to the left of the free throw line, and then KJ grabs the rebound and steps out of bounds after he is bumped.
Goes up and gets a big boy rebound there. It's shoved out of bounds.
So Collinsville will get to keep the ball because KJ was going to come down inbounds until he was pushed. Nice call by the referee on that one. Here is Geladini into the game for the first time. To Kawan Smith. Back over to Laurent in front of Coach Lee. Now into the corner for Smith. Smith dribbles around the perimeter. Directs traffic. Brings it back out just underneath the center court circle where he hands it off to Marshall Harrison on the left wing. Harrison looks, dribbles once, picks it up, gives to Smith, back to Harrison.
Smith looked right at KJ and just didn't give him the ball. Looked like he was wide open.
Juan Smith back out to midcourt. Will hand the ball off to Rayshawn Taylor. 4.5 minutes to play here in this third quarter. 33-33 game. Nice move. And we're going to have another charging call, aren't we? No, what do you call that?
Head down, drives to the hole, and gets called for the charge. Player was step for step with him. And now we'll get the first timeout of the night.
Let's thank Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more, including getting your big work equipment to your work site. Give Christy a call for a free estimate. Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online, chapmantruckingllc.net. And if you're looking to buy a new home or sell your current one, you can trust the Blaylock team of RE/MAX Alliance with all of your real estate needs. If you buy or sell with the Blaylocks, they will donate $200 to your favorite Kahok Booster Club. Call Peyton or Emily today, 618-780-4622. Online, www.blaylockteam.com. 33-33 game. Alton brings the ball up, 4:20 left to play here in quarter number 3. Here is Clay, gets it to Smith. Three-point shot good. And Alton takes a three-point lead. Smith's second three-pointer here in this second half. Here is Smith. That would be Kawan Smith. To Marshall Harrison. Harrison hands the ball off to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor dribbles, drives in the paint, and he's fouled. Wasn't in the process of a shot, so this will not be a shooting foul. Andrew Jones guilty of that infraction. That's his second, and that's the first team foul here in the second half for Alton. Juan Smith inbounds underneath of his own basket and does so. Oh, man. A little headbutt there by Donovan Clay. He didn't mean to do it because Kawan Smith threw that ball in while Clay was still chasing Taylor. And Clay had no idea the ball was coming, and when Taylor stepped up to catch the ball, heads collided. That's the second foul for Donovan Clay. Three-pointer from,
Bank.
Rayshawn Taylor banks in his 5th straight three-point shot. We're tied at 36. Clay out front to Smith. That would be Malik Smith. He dribbles near the midcourt stripe, being watched by Taylor, and now Taylor peels off of him to take over the other guy. Meanwhile, Smith has hit his 3rd three-pointer here since this third quarter began. So Donovan Clay had the hot three-point hand in the first half for Alton. This time it's Malik Smith, and now we're going to have another foul as KJ's basket falls in, and a blocking foul against Alton. At least this time they didn't call it a charge.
This time Kahoks finally get the ball in underneath to Jones. Makes quick work of laying it up and draws the foul and get a chance to tie it up.
Iziel Terrell picks up his second foul, and just like that, 3 fouls in a row by Alton. They had 1 just a moment ago. Now they have 4. And that causes some player changes. And telling you what, taking the 6'3" senior Iziel Terrell off the floor will help just a little bit. Speaking of the big guy, here is Kadrian Jones at the free throw line. He missed both of his chances in the first quarter and can't get it to fall here in the second half. And the rebound belongs to Alton, and they come down and immediately turn it into points for Malik Smith.
Beats everybody down the court.
3-point lead now for the Alton Redbirds. Here is Geladini into the corner for Smith. Smith out front for Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor in front of his own bench. Dribbles and drives to the free throw line and then backs it up to the top of the key. Gives to Smith, over to Marshall Harrison. Harrison into the corner now for Smith. Smith drives just outside the lane, brings it back out front. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor on the left wing, looking to get around Clay, and Clay is going to get guilty of his 3rd foul, and he might be having a seat now. 5th team foul for Alton. So they're just 2 fouls away from sending Collinsville to the line for 1-and-1 opportunities. Timeout on the floor. Let's thank the Collinsville Education Association. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page and the CEA's website, collinsvillecea.org. Well, we didn't use any timeouts in the first half. We're burning through all of them here in the second half. Each team with 4. Yep. Each team with 4.
Neither team can feel comfortable yet. They've had trouble guarding the hot hand, knocking down the threes, having some trouble drawing fouls on both ends. Kahoks need to get it underneath some more to KJ.
Out front it goes, and no one was there for a second, but Kawan Smith and Geladini got back to make sure that wasn't a turnover, but I was going to say that was a turnover, but it turns into a foul.
There you go, they're looking inside again.
And that's the 3rd foul for Maury Woods. So now Woods has 3, Clay has 3, and Terrell has 3. Inbound pass comes in. And here is Rayshawn Taylor in front of his own bench. Collinsville trailing by 3, 41-38, 2:15 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Marshall Harrison. Back out front now, and back to Harrison it goes on the left wing, now at the top of the key. Taylor, 3, yes! Oh man, he's on fire. That is 6 3-point shots in a row hit by Taylor. The first 3 came at the end of the first half, and the first 3 here in this half, that was almost a turnover. And now we're going to have a reach-in foul called against Rayshawn Taylor.
Not even a hand in his face. Rivers was late to that one. Didn't think Taylor would pull up from that distance, and he hadn't gotten the note yet.
Yeah. Taylor can hit a 3-pointer from just about anywhere. Into the backcourt, the inbound pass comes, and into the hands of Andrew Jones. Jones dribbles and drives, top of the key, hands the ball off to Rivers. Rivers has it and hands it off now to Malik Smith. 113 against another 13. Smith lost control of the ball. Rayshawn Taylor has got a little bit of room, and then he is fouled from behind by Donovan Clay, and Clay is, now that's not Donovan Clay. Who is that? I can't see the number. Turn around there, sir. That's Maury Woods. Woods will pick up his 4th. And that is the 7th team foul, so it is bonus time for Collinsville with a 1-and-1 opportunity. No, it's not. Well, the referee back here is holding up his hands, 1-and-1. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to send him to the line here and see if this is good or bad. It's been drilling the threes. Now it's time to get to the free throws.
And he can't get that one, but he follows it up and puts it back in.
You can't have that if you're Alton, having the shooter crash in and put his own one back up.
Collinsville back up by 2, 43-41. 13 turnovers now for Alton here in this game as Clay dribbles, drives, can't get it to go, but the smack put back is good for Rivers, and he now has 5 points. And once again, we're tied at 43. 70 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Kawan Smith over on the far side in front of his bench, brings it out to the top of the key. And will hand the ball off to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor dribbles, moves, and then moves back. Gives to Smith, who gives it back to Taylor. 45 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Oh, what a nice job underneath with a little roller to Dante Williams. And Williams, after 6 points off the bench in the first half, gets his first points here in the second half. Collinsville back up by 2. Down to the final 30 seconds. Almost another turnover. Now the handoff, and into the corner it goes. Here's a three-point shot. That one doesn't hit its mark, and then Alton sends it out of bounds. No, I'm going to say it was last touched over there by Dante Williams.
Maybe rolled off his leg. That's what they indicate. Points right at Williams, and Alton will get this another chance. Kahok's not able to come down with that rebound and in this possession for Alton.
24.7 seconds left in quarter number 3. It has been this tight throughout. 45-43. Biggest lead of the night was when Collinsville led 7-0. Here's Clay. He'll hand the ball off to Smith, back at the mid-court stripe, down to 10 seconds. Smith looking to make his move. 7 seconds. He'll just launch a three-pointer. That's going to be short, and the rebound comes all the way back out. Here's a dribble drive, and no! Stuff job. Marshall Harrison right at the buzzer to keep it where it is. 45-43 in favor of Collinsville. Fourth quarter action coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
They all came in a row before that two-point shot and that free throw. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back here at Alton High School. We've got a fantastic game brewing here. 45-43, Kahawks up by 2 as we enter quarter number 4. Collinsville outscoring Alton in that third quarter, 15-14. So they took that 1-point lead at halftime and turned it into a 2-point lead. Back and forth we've been going all night long. What would you say the score was? 27-23, East St. Louis over Belleville West right now?
Yeah, 27-24, and they went to half.
Okay.
Probably starting the second half right now.
Here is Rayshawn Taylor for Collinsville. Gives it over to Kawan Smith. Smith looks, gives it up to Marshall Harrison in front of his own bench to Geladini at the free throw line. And then back to Harrison. Kawan Smith over on the far side. Right wing, comes across the paint. Back in, takes it in front of the free throw line, good for 2. That's Kawan Smith's first 2 points of the night.
Well, the defense sagged down, trying to get a good rebounding position, left him open, and lays it in.
Collinsville up by 4. We have a whistle on the play, and Collinsville will be guilty of a foul, and I believe that's going to go against Rayshawn Taylor, and that'll be his third. Each team with 4 timeouts here in the fourth quarter, so I would imagine we are going to see all of those used before this game is over. And it is against Rayshawn Taylor, so it is his third. Team fourth. Alton already has hit the 7 mark on the fouls, so Collinsville is already going to the line on all remaining fouls in this game. Up underneath the basket, a no-look pass, and found the hands of Iziel Terrell, who's been on the bench for a while with his 3 fouls. Puts up a shot, and it rolls around the rim at least 3 times before it falls in. 47-45, 2-point lead for Collinsville. Here is Kawan Smith. Cuts it through the lane and then back outside of the perimeter as he backs his way up toward the midcourt circle. Smith Dribbles with that left hand. Now the right. Gives it to Rayshawn Taylor in the center court circle. 6.5 to go here in this fourth quarter. 2-point lead for Collinsville. Oh, Kawan Smith with a little baseline drive, and he's fouled in the process and will head to the free throw line. 8th team foul now for the Alton Redbirds.
Smith saw that lane to drive in.
Andrew Jones picks up his third.
Yeah.
Well, his second.
All right, big free throws now. Anytime you can get to this line, it'll knock them down.
Smith hits the first one. Just scoring his points here in the last couple of minutes. Kawan Smith, 51.7 from the free throw line here in this season, 15 of 29 coming into this game. He can't hit the second one. Rebound belongs to Donovan Clay. And Clay brings it up, hands the ball off to Jones. He'll take a three-point shot from the wing. Too strong. Rebound belongs to Marshall Harrison, and then he gets hit from behind, and another foul coming up against Alton. And that's going to be Izil Terrell's foul.
Harrison came down with the rebound. Terrell pulls on him. Gets called for that foul. Kahoks go back to the line and free throws.
9th team foul, so the next one by Alton will put Collinsville at the line for 2, and that's where they can win this game from. Right now it's a 3-point lead for the Kahawks, 48-45. Here is Marshall Harrison on the free throw line for the first time, and he misses.
It's like leaving 2 points off front of the 1-and-1. Lead stays at 3.
Here's Donovan Clay. He'll pull up and take a shot just inside the perimeter. He'll hit it. That's his first points since the first half, where he had 10. Now Malik Smith has picked up where he left off. 48-47, 1-point lead for the Kahawks. 5:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here is Rayshawn Taylor, and Taylor drives past Malik Smith, and I believe Taylor accidentally hit Smith in the face with his head, but it's going to be Smith that's going to get called for the foul. That'll be his third.
Smith got him as he started his drive. Tough one to take there from the top of the key. Foul from way out will send Taylor to the line.
Well, we've got to hit some free throws. Rayshawn can't.
Oh, my gosh.
Man, oh, man. We are we're at 1. 1 for 5 here in the second half from the free throw line.
Last 3 have been missed. Smith missed his second one.
Second one.
There we got one. Marshall Harris missed the front end 1-and-1, so that you can count that like 4 more points.
2-point game. 49-47. Kahawks with the lead. Here is Donovan Clay. He hands the ball off to Malik Smith. Malik Smith lost the handle for a moment and then passes it on the far side of the court. Now into the corner it goes, and back out front for Andrew Jones. Jones dribbles and drives and then turns around quickly. Back to Donovan Clay. Clay dribbles, trying to get in the paint, can't do it. 3-point shot coming from the corner off of the hands of Rivers. That misses its mark. And the rebound all the way out to the midcourt stripe. Jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of Alton. Referee standing right in front of the arrow. 5:11 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Maybe Kahok should have got that. We got a foul there from Baker. He seemed to have a good angle on the ball and got pulled down. But the arrow will give the ball to Alton.
Inbound pass will come in between the scorer's table and the Alton bench. And Zane Baker, oh! I thought he grabbed it, saved it, threw it in, but they said he had a foot out of bounds.
Good anticipation there.
We'll move the inbound pass up to the middle of the Alton bench. And into the backcourt, this one will go to Donovan Clay. 5 minutes left to play here in this fourth quarter. Clay dribbles, drives, shoots, and scores.
Got the height to go up over Jones. Does lay it in, and we're right at the 5-minute mark. Tied up, and Alton calls timeout.
49-49. Let's thank Metro East Roofing and Guttering. They are locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahok alums Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. They're located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville. Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company you know and trust. You can give them a call at 618-345-1400. 5679 today for your free estimate. And you can visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. Fourth quarter action.
Finally go under 5 minutes here, and Kahok's with this tie game.
49 all. Here's Marshall Harrison. Gives to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor at the free throw line. Ditches it into the corner for Zane Baker. Baker might have had enough time to take a three-point shot there, but who am I to talk? Rivers was pretty close. Here is Taylor. Kicks it to Smith. Smith takes it all the way back outside the perimeter. Still with it. Up underneath for KJ. Backed out. And Smith can. Did that fall in? No.
No, it.
Okay. I saw the twine move, but I couldn't tell if it went in or not. Rebound belongs to Alton. That's their 20th rebound on the evening compared to 14 for Collinsville. Back out front we go. Here is Malik Smith being hounded by the other Smith, Kawan. Gives it up now for Rivers. And it's picked off. We go back the other way, and a fingertip roll, foul.
They're going to count the
basket. They're going to count the basket, and they're going to give a foul. Juan Smith picks up his 5th. Now they're not going to give him the foul, are they?
Not going to give him the foul. You could have given them the foul, too.
Yeah, could have.
Came across and fouled him and then touched the ball on the rim, and Coach Lee wants timeout.
Coach Lee wants a timeout. Coach Lee gets a timeout. We'll take a timeout right along with them back in a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you from Alton High School, 51-49. Kahawks with a 2-point lead, 3:48 left to play here in this fourth quarter. And this has been a fun one. I think I remember saying that last year when we were here, but it didn't turn out fun at the end. Hopefully, things will be different this time.
Back and forth game so far. Kahawks have seemed to have the lead most of the time, but Alton does not go away and has managed to have a few leads themselves.
Yeah. Here's Jones into the corner, and he stepped out of bounds. Another Malik Smith out of bounds move. I think that's what, the 4th time that's happened to Alton tonight?
Yeah, well, same guy too.
Yeah.
It's been him all the time, not knowing his spot on the court.
That's the 15th turnover for the Redbirds here tonight. Stops the clock with 3.5 to play. Inbound pass comes in from Baker to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor slowly brings the ball up across the timeline. Underhand shovel pass to Smith. Smith takes it from the far sideline, back out to midcourt. We can chew up some time. Kahawks did a good job with ball possession in that first half, chewing up some time. Trying to do the same thing here in the second half. Smith handles the ball, has the ball popped out of his hands. KJ gets it, dumps it off to Harrison, bakes it off for 2.
Not all busted there, but it ends up working in the Kahawks' favor to get the lay-in by Harrison.
2-possession game, 4 points. Here is a 3-point shot from the corner by Malik Smith. His 4th three-pointer in this second half, his 5th of the game.
Tough shot there, hand right in his face the whole time.
1-point game, 53-52. Kahawks have the lead, and it is not going to get extended, at least not that go-round. Harrison gets the rebound, and that one does fall in.
One doesn't fall in. They get the second chance, and Harrison Scores that one.
Man,
Kahoks
oh man.
up 3.
That ball just does not want to fall in sometimes. 2:15 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here's a long three-point shot. Way downtown, Andrew Jones. And these Alton Redbirds are not going to go away, are they?
His first 3 of the night.
55-52, three-point game for the Kahawks. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. We're under 2 minutes to go, 1:55 to be exact. Taylor, right-hand dribble, backs up toward the midcourt stripe. Gives it up over on the wing for Kawan Smith. Smith dribbles his way to the top of the key, then backs up himself to midcourt. There is Kawan Smith, still moving back and forth, chewing up more time. Smith dribbles in the perimeter, takes a floater, hits it. Kawan Smith, 7 points here in the second half, and it's a 2-point game. Collinsville up 57-55. Here's a three-point shot again. This one's going off, and right down into the hands of Zane Baker it goes. And Collinsville starts moving the ball back up court with 1:10 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Kawan Smith to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor outside the perimeter at the free throw line, puts up a floater, can't get it to go. Rebound on the ground, and it's picked up by Alton. Here is Maury Woods in the paint, takes the shot, good for 2. Alton wants to call a timeout. 54.5 seconds to left, and we are tied at 57-57. Let's thank the Junior Service Club of Collinsville. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event hosted by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, well, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and you will find out everything that you need to know about any of the events hosted by that fine organization. 54.5 seconds to go, 57-57. That's our score. Could you have asked for a better game?
Well, the Kahoks went up by 25.
Yeah.
But it's a fun game to watch. Kahoks were up 2 there. Taylor took the lay-in and couldn't drill it. The coaching staff wanted the Kahoks to pull it out and chew up more clock. They've done a good job of staying patient within their offense and drawing more time out and trying to hopefully draw a foul and go to the line here. But now offense going to have to do some work here with the game being tied.
Here's some numbers for you. Redbirds have 10 fouls, so every time Alton fouls, Collinsville heads to the line for 2.
And Collinsville has fouls to give.
They only have 4. Collinsville has 3 timeouts left. The Redbirds have 2, and there's 54.5 seconds left, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bunch of timeouts called in this final 55 seconds. But I could be wrong. Here comes Rayshawn Taylor, and no backcourt pressure being put on by Alton, so Taylor will slowly bring it up across the timeline as time ticks away. Here is Kawan Smith. Drives, baseline, dumps it off, and turns the ball over. That's only the 5th turnover for Collinsville in this game, but what a bad time for that to happen. Alton can play for the game.
They had the last shot in every quarter. Only drilled that 3 to end the first quarter. And the Kahoks will use their fouls now. Zane Baker fouls that one out with 21.7.
21.7 seconds left. Alton with the ball. They'll inbound from midcourt right in front of the scorer's table. 21.7 seconds left. That's Collinsville's 5th foul. Zane Baker's 2nd.
You take one more as long as you're not going to foul him on a shot.
Rayshawn Taylor. Now Kawan Smith putting on some pressure. We're down to 8 seconds. Outside the Woods. Now outside for Jones. He'll launch a 3-point shot. It rattles. It will not fall. Kadrian Jones with it on the ground. They call it a travel.
And he came down with it and fell to the ground. Alton will get this last opportunity underneath with 1.1. They're going to draw something up here in the timeout.
1.1 seconds. I never understood that call. You go up for a rebound and you fall backwards on the ground and you get called for a travel. I just never got that. Your feet aren't moving. I never understood that call. I never have and I never will.
Especially when you're still trying to gain possession of the ball.
Well, he got the rebound and then swallowed it up like it was a handoff in a football game and then fell to the ground. I just don't see where the travel call came from. 1.1 seconds. Alton's going to get the inbound. They're going to do so underneath their own basket, just like they did at the end of the first half. They couldn't really get a good shot off, although Donovan Clay did launch a three-pointer from this near side sideline that did hit the rim.
And I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to probably try for an outside shot of three. They don't want to go in against KJ or something. Harrison blocked one out earlier. They don't want to get this blocked away. They'll try for the hot hand, maybe Clay or number 2 is missed him wildly lately, but I think it's going to definitely be an outside shot. Normally you would draw something up, tip in or something from here, but I'm expecting something long.
We'll see. Inbound pass is going to come in from Malik Smith, and I bet you he's looking for Donovan Clay. It does come in. They're going to
Okay, this is not a bad foul. This is good. It's only the sixth foul on the
not a
Kahoks.
shooting foul. And now with 0.4 seconds left, Alton's going to have to get the ball in and shoot at the same time. I don't think that's going to be really possible.
Now they're going to almost need to certainly tip it in. Smart move by the Kahoks there, and Coach Lee to tell them to foul them before they even get the ball.
0.4 seconds left.
Now they'll call
now
timeout again.
Alton is going to use their final timeout. So we'll all take a deep breath and do it all over again here in just a moment. No timeouts left for the Redbirds. Collinsville has 3, not that it's going to do them much good with 0.4 seconds left.
So you're almost certainly going to need a tip in here. Or a catch and shoot very quickly. You're not going to be able to set yourself. I was expecting Alton to take the outside shot. Now this is probably the point of calling this timeout. They got to draw up something totally different to get a tip in.
57-57 is our score. 0.4 seconds left on the clock.
I'd be surprised to see Coach Lee call a timeout here if he sees how they Redbirds set up. And they'll have KJ guard the inbounder. And they got Williams also in here.
Inbound pass going to come in, and
no way.
Not a chance.
No way.
You've got to be kidding me.
Perfect play drawn up by Alton. Clay tips it in, got the height, and yeah. All right.
Wow. Donovan Clay gets the big game-winning tip with 0.4 seconds left to play, and another heartbreaking loss here at Alton High School for the Collinsville Kahawks, and the wait becomes even longer. 6 years and waiting since the last time Collinsville won on this floor or at Collinsville High School's floor. 59-57. Alton wins by 2. Time for the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials. Right now, poinsettias is what Cullip Jennings Florist has for sale. Your Christmas plants are available. Get them while supplies last. 344-0404 is the number for Cullip Jennings Florist. Online, CullipJennings.com. 59-57, the final score. Back with the post-game show in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, CullipJennings.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200. Cullup Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullup Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullup Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullup Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullup Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online cullupjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Cullup Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahawks Sports Network. Another heartbreaking loss for Collinsville. Their only two losses of the year thus far have been heartbreaking losses. A 3-point buzzer beater at East St. Louis a couple of weeks ago, and then with 0.4 seconds left on the clock, an inbound pass comes in, and Donovan Clay tips it in at the buzzer, and the Redbirds win it 59-57. It was that kind of game all throughout, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We were tied so many times, couldn't keep track of it. Collinsville trailed by one after one quarter of play when it was 14-13. Collinsville then outscored Alton in that second quarter, 17-15, to take a 1-point lead into the locker rooms at 30-29. We come back out, play the third quarter. Collinsville again on top, 15-14 in the third quarter scoring department. So they increased that 1-point halftime lead to 2. But then the Kahawks get outscored in that fourth quarter, 16-12 by Alton. And the Alton Redbirds come back and post a 2-point victory. Leading scorer here in this one was Rayshawn Taylor for Collinsville with 28 points. At one point, he hit 6 straight 3-point shots, 3 to end the first half and 3 to open the second half, but it was not quite enough. The only other player for Collinsville in double-digit points was Marshall Harrison with 10 points, 8 points for Dante Williams, 7 for Kawan Smith, and then 2 points apiece for Kadrian Jones and Zane Baker. For the Alton Redbirds, they were led in points by Malik Smith. He only had 6 first half points, but ended up with 21 as he poured it on in the second half. Donovan Clay ended up with 16 after scoring 10 in the first half, so he just had 6 in the second half, but none bigger than that tip in with no time left on the clock to win the game for the Alton Redbirds. After that, 5 points each for Terrell, Rivers, and Jones, 4 points for Maury Woods, and 3 points for Jamarcus Gary. Free throw line really killed Collinsville tonight. They could have helped themselves out a lot by hitting some free throws. They went 5 of 14 from the free throw line, did the Kahawks, while Alton went 4 of 9. Collinsville hit half of their 3-point shots. They hit 6 of 12. All 6 of them came from Rayshawn Taylor. And from beyond the 3-point stripe for Alton, they hit 8 of 15. The Redbirds won the rebound battle 24-17. Alton turned the ball over 15 times compared to 5 for Collinsville. And Chris Kettler, Collinsville was stuck on 4 turnovers for quite some time. And just like that junior varsity game when Gelazini turned the ball over there in the waning seconds and allowed the JV Redbirds to come back and win that game, you got to feel for Kawan Smith, too. That turnover late down at the end sent Alton back up the other way, and that's where they stayed the rest of that fourth quarter until they got that winner.
Alton got the final shot in every quarter of this game, knocked down 2 of them, first quarter and the last quarter. Kept it clean with the turnovers for the most part there. Thought the Kahoks would get that last shot or do no worse than go to overtime. And then they played it smart there with the fouls at the end, and all Alton could do was get that tip in, and they drew up the perfect play. And Clay went up there and got it, and you've lost 2 games now and 2 heartbreakers, both at the buzzer, and you're this close to being 10-0.
Yeah, could be. Well, they're gonna have to lick their wounds and forget about it in real quick fashion because they're gonna have Triad tomorrow as Collinsville's assistant coach Eric Anderson makes it up to the booth. And we'll swap the headphones out between him and Mr. Kettler. And Coach, man, I tell you what, and a heartbreaking loss at East St. Louis, and this one's pretty much just as bad, huh?
Yeah, this one is equally as bad. I'd agree with that.
All right, so explain something to me, man. I have a hard time dealing with it, and if you watch my broadcast after this game's over with, you'll hear me at the end. I never understood how a player goes up for a rebound, grabs the ball like he just got a handoff in football, and then somebody knocks him down to the ground and he gets called for a travel?
Right. Yeah, I disagree with that call a little bit, but he got the rebound. I thought he got bumped. He went down, and you see it anywhere else on the floor. You see him dive for a ball, get it, and they sit there and they can look and try to find somebody. He wasn't rolling with it. His feet weren't moving, but they made the call.
Right, he was holding on to it like he just recovered a fumble.
Right. And I thought maybe it was going to be a jump ball, but they called travel. So,
all right, well, this is a game that I think you guys could have won if you just would have done a little better at the free throw land, man. 5 of 14 is not good.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah.
5 of 14. Yeah. It's got to get a lot better. We work on them in practice every day, and those guys, a lot of them make them in practice, but we just can't seem to get them to go down in the games.
Chris Kettler was talking about what a fantastic job it was on the play on the first inbound pass with 1.1 second left, fouling somebody before they're ready to take the shot so no one goes to the line.
Right,
and before you know it, it's down to 0.4, and I thought you were going to do the same thing again because you had fouls to give.
That gets tricky with high school kids because you tell them you got a foul to give, and sometimes they don't know when to do it. You don't want to foul a guy in the act of shooting, and bail him out on a tough shot. That last play, we knew they were going to have to get a tip. It had to be a tip. We told the guys it's got to be near the rim. They're coming to the rim, and hindsight 2020, we could have done a couple things differently, but credit Alton. They made a play at the end.
Yeah, I feel for a couple of your players. One on the JV side, Laurent Gelazini, because he turned the ball over in the waning sections of that JV game, and you guys lost that one by 1 point. And then Kawan Smith loses control of the ball down here and gives the ball back to Alton, and they never left that into the floor afterwards.
Right. Turnovers are part of the game. These guys are young.
I said I feel bad for them.
Yeah, and they beat themselves up pretty hard about it. But, I know they're going to come back tomorrow night, bounce back. They'll be fine. They're pretty resilient. We've told those guys before, everyone's going to have bad games. Everyone's going to have good games.
Yeah.
I mean, it just happens. Sometimes you have a bad play. Sometimes you make a great play. I mean, that's why basketball is so fun.
I tell you what, as much as the loss hurts, and both the JV and the varsity game, man, I tell you what, the entertainment value was spectacular.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, JV, those guys, I think our players would tell you, they played their worst game of the season so far. I mean, we just came out flat, couldn't get going, couldn't make layups, couldn't make free throws. It was way too many turnovers, against a depleted Alton JV. And maybe that was part of it. We thought we were going to roll over these guys here because they're missing some guys. But, I tell them in Southwestern Conference, you guys show up every night.
Yeah, you
do. I don't care what level you're playing at. And I think it's a learning experience for tonight. Varsity came out with the intensity we needed. We did some things well. Free throw stand out. We got beat off the dribble a little too much, especially first half. That's something we really worked on and keyed on. We're harping on in practice this week. And Alton's quick.
Yeah.
And they made some shots.
Oh, yeah, they did. They made some big-time shots.
And that's something they're capable of. It's not like they just happened to make a bunch of shots tonight. They've been doing that. And
besides the free throw thing, the only other thing that stands out to me is Alton turned the ball over 15 times, and I don't think you guys capitalized enough off the turnovers.
Yeah. There wasn't, a lot of times we turn those turnovers into offense, and we didn't quite do that as often tonight. But, Rayshawn Taylor had a just outstanding game. He kept us in it, and, he's the reason we had a lead late. And, we had guys play well.
Yeah.
We really did, but it comes down to it, we got to make some plays, and they just made a couple more than we did.
Yeah, it's a shame somebody has to lose games like this, right? All right, well, good luck tomorrow against Triad. I got you guys next Friday against Springfield.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, that is Eric Anderson, the junior varsity head coach and the assistant varsity coach here for your Collinsville Kahawks as they lose tonight 59-57. And final thoughts there, Chris Kettler?
Well, we'll have another battle with Alton later in the year. Got to turn the page quickly and focus on Triad for tomorrow. I think, with Belva West probably going to be ahead of the class here in this 3A, Collinsville and Alton will probably be the two teams that left to battle for the other regionals. So hopefully we can get the big one when it counts later on in the year as far as Alton goes.
That is going to do it for this week. Next week we have 4 games scheduled for you, but I'm not sure about Monday's game because of the whole car situation. That's supposed to be some girls bowling at Camelot Bowl, and if we do cancel that one, we'll add another one on a little bit later to make up for it. So hopefully everything will be figured out by Tuesday because we have hockey. It's against Belleville, a very good team that's only lost 1 game, against the Kahoks that have only lost 1 game. That's Tuesday night. Thursday night, girls basketball from Virgil Fletcher against Jerseyville, and then we're right back in the Fletch on Friday night against Springfield. Very big thank you to Coach Lee for joining us in the pregame show, Coach Anderson for joining us in the postgame show, the guy over here to my left, Chris Kettler, on the camera and on the other microphone. My name is Todd Duke. Until next week, everyone, have a fantastic weekend.